Good morning, sir. I'm going to perform assessment of musculoskeletal system. And first, we have to greet the client and introduce yourself and verify the client's identity, at least two identifiers, and per agency of protocol. Sir, good morning. I'm Rowena Doctor, and I'm going to perform musculoskeletal system and explain the procedure to the client, what you're going to do and why it's necessary. Sir, I'm going to check your musculoskeletal system. Place the client into comfortable position, and then perform hand hygiene and provide client privacy by closing the door or closing the curtains. Assess the pain pre-side first and start from the head to toe. Inquire the client has history of the following: muscle pain, limitation to movement, or initially to perform ADL, previous sports injuries, loss of function without pain. We have equipment. We have tape measure, examination gown, and sterile gloves. We have to start from the procedural steps. We have to assess the muscles. We have to inspect the muscles for size. Compare the muscles on one side of the body. Example, the arm, thigh, calf, to the same muscle on the side. For any discrepancies, measure the muscles with a tape measure. By assessing the muscle, we have to check if the muscle is not the same. By that we have to use the tape measure. Inspect the muscle and tendons for contractures and shortenings. Inspect the muscles for tremors, for example, by having the client hold the arms out in front of the body. And then next, we have to test the muscle strength, compare the right side and with the left side. We have to perform the sternocleidomastoid. Client turns the head to one side against the resistance of your hands. Repeat on the other side. Sir, give resistance. The other side, give resistance. Okay. And then we have to perform the trapezius. The client shrug the shoulders against the resistance of hands. Sir, you have to move backward your trapezius. And then put resistance. Okay. And then we have to go to deltoid. Clients hold the arms up and tries to flex it while attempt to hold the arm and extension. resistance, Okay. Next, we have to perform the biceps. Clients fully extend each arm and tries to flex it and attempt to hold the arm and extensions. Resistance. Next, we have to perform the triceps. Clients flex each arms and then try to extend against to attempt and arm flexions. Resistance. And then we have to perform the wrist and finger muscles. Client spread the fingers and resist as you attempt to push the fingers together. Sir, you spread your hands. Resistance. Okay, the other one. Spread your fingers. And then put resistance. Resistance. And then we have to grip the strength. Clients grasp your index and middle fingers while you try to pull the fingers. Sir, you have to hold my hands completely, sir. And then I will pull or let go and then pull. Okay. And then we have to go to the mat.
Paano me?
Now we have to perform the hip muscles. We have to client is in supine positions, both legs extended. Client raise one leg at a time while attempt to hold it on. Hold it, sir. The other one. Hold it, sir. Okay. Now we have to perform hip adductions. Client in supine position, both legs extended. Place your hands on the lateral surface of open and close hips or each knee. Sir, we have to open. Okay. Now we have to perform the hip adductions. Client is in the same position as for hip adductions. Place your hands between the knees. Clients bring the knees together against resistance. Now we have to move your hips, sirs. Move close. Now we have to perform hamstring. Client is in a supine position, both knees bent. Client resists while you attempt to strengthen the legs. Resistance. The other one. Resistance. Next, we have to move to quadriceps. Client is in a supine position, knee partially extended. Client is resist while your attempt to flex the knee. Hold it here. Now we have to perform the muscle of ankles and feet. Client resists while you attempt to dorsiflex and the foot, and again resist while you attempt to flex the foot. Yung foot. We have to perform the dorsiflex, resistance, and we have to flex the foot. Resistance. Okay. Now we have to perform the bones. Inspect the skeleton for structures, and then palpate the bones to locate any areas of enema or tenderness. And now we have to check the joints, inspect the joints for swelling, palpate each joints for tenderness, smoothness of movement, swelling, crepitation, and presentation of nodules. Documentation. Document the findings in the client record using printer or electronic forms or checklist. Evaluation. Perform detailed followed examination or other system based on findings that deviated from expected or normal for the client. Relate the findings to the previous assessment date if available. That will be all. Thank you.